America, land of the free, home of the social justice warrior? America is the country that Australia always has looked up to and probably will continue to do so in the future. But right now, America has its own country living inside of it. With no police, no government, no law, and surely everything's just A-okay in there, right?
I just had my keys broken, stolen, got jumped, had my phone stolen, and these fucks let it all happen.
But I think some destruction and looting kind of sends a message to people, and breaking their is justified.
It's for the Seattle superheroes. We patrol around, keep people safe, that kind of thing.
Hey, keep Seattle safe.
We love you back. You guys stay safe tonight, okay?
We said, you know what, fuck the property, fuck the consumption, fuck capitalism.
I mean, white people own slaves, so them.
Either this becomes an institution that people continue to prop up with their own money, or it fails. It's one or the other. It's a grand social experiment that eventually will go one way or the other.
Hey, put it out, put it out, put it out, put it out. Hey, everybody, put it out.
Fucking wrong! Welcome to the Autonomous Zone, better known as CHAZ. This area is run by social justice warrior extremists, lovers of the politically correct, the protesters, and anyone who's pretty bored at the moment in America. Oh, and did I mention some of the weakest pieces of shit on earth? Capitol Hill in Seattle have been invaded by a large group of humans looking to do several things: defund the police, take over the government, rule their own land. Now that sounds nice in theory, you know, no more speeding fines, you can urinate in public if you really want to. But in reality, that's not it at all. The city of CHAZ is a land without law. Equality of the people exists, yes, unless you're white, then it doesn't. Money is not a thing, and it is socialism in absolute full effect. But just like any other time in history that socialism has taken over, an assault rifle-toting warlord has decided to run the joint, ruling with an iron fist and the threat of violence his court of law. But how does this whole thing happen? How does this massive group of people just take over a part of Seattle in America? Well, the police were too worried about creating division amongst the people if they intervened whilst this started to happen during the protests. Now, according to the police chief, Carmen Best, an African-American woman, it is Seattle's mayor that is to blame for this. She wanted to take action, but the mayor said no.
You should know, leaving the precinct was not my decision.
Seattle's police chief publicly at odds with the decision to flee. Although not calling the mayor out by name, it's clear the two are not on the same page.
Ultimately, the city had other plans for the building and relented to severe public pressure.
In all honesty, I don't want to make fun of the people of CHAZ this entire video. I mean, it's a little bit too easy. But they have real problems like these. And if you don't understand satire, block your ears.
Yeah, hello.
And much like most political issues in America or anywhere in the world, the left-wing media is reporting that this is working swimmingly, and the right-wing media reporting the exact opposite. Once again proving, don't trust what you hear on the TV. The truth of the matter is that people are not safe there. Without the police around, safety decreases. Now, obviously violent crimes still happen anywhere that police exist, but surely one would think that if they are not there, who the fuck are you gonna call? They're not letting police or ambulance or fire vehicles into that area. It's blocked off. Who the fuck are you gonna call? The truth of the matter is that the people of CHAZ are not safe. Now, this is a serious issue because this is what happened when a preacher, and I don't care what your thoughts of preachers are, when a preacher walked into CHAZ and started preaching.
Talk to these people. Don't do this shit. He would be displeased as fuck. What you are doing, you would be condemned. Messing up. Your own Lord would be ashamed of what you are doing right now.
Their preachers are annoying as fuck. We all know that. No one wants to listen to a fucking dickhead with a sign on the side of the road. But you can't treat people like this. You can't just quash the words that you don't want to hear by getting in someone's face and then fucking this happens, like, obviously this dude's a fucking idiot, but how you can't do that shit? Particularly after what happened with George Floyd, you're running around and grabbing him around the fucking neck. Are you serious? This is what started this. These left-wing ideologues have done something absolutely, in my humble opinion, retarded. They've gone against exactly what they hate Trump for. They have built a wall. Yes, they've built a wall and they're not letting certain people in. Is the hypocrisy not that obvious? And by the way, there are armed guards surrounding these walls. Dudes with military-grade weapons that they are standing on these borders. Borders! They've built a wall on the border. Like, how do you not realize how hypocritical that is? I'm sure all of this will come to a stop soon. Because, well, they're running out of supplies. They started digging gardens in the streets, but that didn't work because, I don't know, gardens take more than 4 days to grow shit. So they started putting up requests to the people outside the city of CHAZ for important pieces of food, important supplies, including vegan meats.